Here's why people like Prosper loans, okay? One, they go from 2,000 up to 50,000, all right? So that's one thing, because they give you more money. But another thing that makes people more attractive to Prosper loans is because, say that you have a situation come up where you're not able to make your payment. So what they do, they will more likely either reduce your payment or they may extend your loan. So if you have to skip a payment or something like that, what they will do, they'll put it on the back end, all right? But you have to let them know ahead of time if you're not able to make your payment. So they're similar to like some of the credit unions that I'm going to tell you about in a minute, as well as some of the other lenders. But the thing about it, to get qualified for a Prosper loan, all you need is a 630 credit score, all right? Now, the good part about it, you can actually see if you pre-qualify with a soft pull, and they use Experian, okay? So to give you a heads up, they actually use Experian, and it's through Web Bank, all right? Now, here's another thing about it, is that people, sometimes they may not feel comfortable because they do want to charge you an origination fee, all right? And so that origination fee goes from 1% up to 9.99. And so let's just say they approve you for 25,000, all right? Well, before you get that 25,000, they're going to take out their origination fee first, all right? So just keep that in mind if you're trying to consider going with them. Now, another thing is in reference to their DTI, their debt to income ratio. Now, with Prosper's debt to income ratio, it's 50%. Now, this is aligned with like your banks and credit unions as well, because like with most banks and credit unions, they would go 55%. Now, there are a few out there that will go above the 55%, but not too many. However, I do have some other lenders I'm going to tell you about. But like, let's just say PenFed, okay? So with PenFed, they will work with you at a 60% debt to income ratio, all right? So that's the thing about it, where, like I said, with some of these lenders, they max you out at 50%. PenFed would probably be a good candidate. And with PenFed, you may can get a loan with them with a 620 credit score, all right? Now, here's the thing about it. With Prosper, that people like, is that you don't need a whole lot of income, all right? And so what I mean by needing a whole lot of income, all you need, the minimum income requirements, I should say, the minimum income requirements, I should say, is usually about 15,000. All right, so that's making a little over $1,000 a month. Now, the reason that is because if you don't have a regular job, okay, you don't have to have a regular W-2 job, and they'll still work with you. So that means that you're receiving child support, alimony, you're on government benefits. They will still work with you. So that's the reason why, like, some people like trying to get a loan through Prosper. Now, here's the thing about it. I would tell you, if you working with a 630, I would tell you to look at some of these credit unions, as well as some of these other lenders. Now, like, you have a Max Personal Loans, all right? So with Max Personal Loans, they also go up to $50,000. However, Max Personal Loans doesn't go and is not operating in all 50 states as well. Now, one of the things about it that Max Personal Loan has an advantage over Prosper Loans is that because they use tribal lenders, they don't have to jump through as much red tape. And they're going to use the third-party credit bureaus to verify your information to see if you qualify. So where Experian is used by Prosper, then the Max Personal Loans, they may use like Clarity, which is owned by Experian, okay, because that's one of their third party. So you still don't get the hard pull on your credit report because, again, Prosper, they will do a soft pull for you, right? Now, You also have, and I made a video, you may want to check it out, Reprise Financial. Now, they only go up to $25,000. However, they have a lower threshold with the credit score because all you need is a 580. Just like with Max Personal Loan, you don't have to have a 630 that Prosper wants. You can use a 580 credit score to see if you qualify. Now, with Reprise Financial, just keep in mind that if you are self-employed, they don't look at that as a primary income. They look at that as a secondary income. The only way they would look at it as a primary income is if you actually have a registered business and you're actually having that business pay you a regular check as if you are a W-2 employee. That's the way to get around that. And for those of you that may need help with that, you can click the link in the description. We can set you up a company as well as proper payroll so that you can get qualified for more loans. All right. Now, another lender you may want to consider is DCU, Digital Credit Union. And why is because digital credit unions on their personal loans, you don't have a payment for 60 days. So where Prosper, when you qualify for that loan, all right, let's just say that they give you $30,000 minus the origination fees. Once you get that loan, the following month, you're going to have to make a payment. But with DCU, you don't have a payment for 60 days. Then I always tell you about my favorite one, which is State Department Federal Credit Union, okay? And their loans go up to $100,000, but you don't have a payment for 90 days. This is why I'm telling you, and with these here loans and credit unions, like I said, where Prosper is a 630 or higher, these here, you can start out with a 580. Okay, with a 580 credit score. Now, like with State Department and DCU, you may want to have at least a 620. But like with Max Personal Loan, Reprise Financial, also low credit finance. Now, with low credit finance, they go up to $50,000. The thing about it with low credit finance, they are a platform. However, their interest rates are cheaper than Prosper. Okay, so with Prosper, I think their interest rate starts in the double digits. With low credit finance, their interest rates is 5.99 up to 35.99 because they're on a platform. So they're actually using their technology to find out who's the best lender for you. Okay. And again, low credit finance, they do have tribal lenders involved in the lending process as well. So what that means to you is that they actually don't need as much paperwork in order to qualify you. Okay, so in terms of documentation, with most of these lenders, like most of the time in terms of documentation, the lower the credit score, the more paperwork. However, when you're looking at lenders like low credit finance, Max Personal Loan, if you already have a relationship with DCU and State Department, then they may not even ask for documentation as well. Okay, so it just depends in terms of the lender and how long the relationship. All right, where they not asking for that documentation. And I think that's one of the bigger things that hold up a lot of people when they say, well, we're going to need pay stubs. A lot of people may not be able to present pay stubs. Oh, by the way, Prosper loans also, they will accept your unemployment benefits as well. Okay, so now you know that I can go to Prosper, and what may happen, this is what I would do. I would see if I can get qualified with like low credit finance or Max Personal, get a loan from them. The reason I would is because with their loans, then what you'll be able to do, because they don't report to the credit bureaus, take that money and pay down your revolving credit cards, right? And then once your credit score goes up, then you can look for a better interest rate loan, like through State Department, Federal Credit Union, or DCU. Now, with those credit unions, also keep in mind is that with those credit unions, when you do that hard pull, you can use that hard pull for multiple products. So you may be able to qualify for a credit card as well as a line of credit. Okay, some people use it just to get a car loan or something like that. So just don't think that, hey, when I do this hard pull with the credit unions, I'm just going to use it that one time. No, you can use it, that hard pull, multiple times, usually within a 30-day time frame. All right. So I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.